everyone, it's me, Aunt Vicky's Craft Corner. Today, I have a special guest. You guys have probably seen her before on Brooke's Southern Frugal Mama's channel. It is my daughter, Kaitlyn. Hello. Okay, we are going to explain a situation to you guys. Kaitlyn, explain how you're Brooke's sister.
Okay, so that gets brought up a lot. So technically, this is my mom, and my mom and Brooke's mom are sisters. We grew up, though, pretty much inseparable. Like, we always spent time together, so she is my sister. They're my only girl cousins, really, too. So Emily and Brooke are my sisters. That's just how I've always had it since I was a little girl.
So, I hope this clears up some confusion. Kaitlyn is my daughter. Kaitlyn is 27, just turned 27 last week. Had a good birthday, and thank you all for wishing her a happy birthday. We got to go out and eat. Had at the Cheesecake Factory, which is her favorite.
It was good.
So, Kaitlyn, tell them about yourself.
I'm pretty average, just, I guess. I'm myself. I'm 27. I have had a lot happen in my life. I'm a surgical tech, and I work in labor and delivery now. I don't really know much about myself. I just kind of just am myself.
She's into cars.
I'm also into cars.
Majorly. She's like her daddy. She's into cars.
Mustangs.
Kaitlyn is my hero. Kaitlyn also has a brother. He's almost 25. His name is Dalton. He won't be on here. There's no way he would be on here. So I just wanted to get you guys to meet my daughter. She's going to be helping me out today. We're going to be making a few crafts. Kaitlyn never would craft with me before. She always wanted to do the car scene, not the craft scene.
I never got that, though. Like, I can't sew nothing, so...
But she is beautiful. Yes. Okay. So, today we're going to be making some roses out of crepe streamers. And she is going to be putting together a hanging planter. So, with that being said, let's get started. First, what we're going to need to do is, I have this. Cut it off a piece that size.
Ooh, these are fancy scissors.
Yeah, Brooke got them for me. Now, all we have to do, let me grab me a pair of scissors, is take your piece of crepe, fold it like this. Fold your piece like this. Like this. Then take your scissors on the side that's not folded and cut like this. Cut like this. And then cut kind of flat at the top. Like this.
I'm not good at crafts, obviously. This is just like that.
Let me grab some sticks.
Oh my gosh, I am not good at this. Like that?
Yes. Now, open it up like this. You can use the stick. I'll use the paintbrush. The corner piece.
Oh, it looks like a petal.
See the corner piece?
Up here.
Take your stick and put behind the corner. Like this.
Here.
And then kind of roll it around the stick. And then just remove your stick. And do both sides. So it looks like this. Yes. Now, what you want to do, here's your glue gun, is take a petal, put just a tiny bit of glue You can do it after this one. And glue it like such. And pinch it around. You need to put one on each side.
So I
Just a, yes, piece right. And then, but make sure your curls go to the outside.
I want the pretty petal. Like this?
Yeah. And then pinch it around. Because this makes the center of it. And don't burn yourself.
Just FYI, guys, try doing this without fancy nails.
Now, do you want to do a mixture?
Yes.
Okay, then just start building.
Just around it?
Yeah, you just put, like right here, put a piece. And see where the seaming, where the opening is? Just start, make like that. Just go as far as you want.
You have to hold it for a long time?
No, not at all. There you go.
Oh, cool. Also, guys, just so you know, I am a very shaky person. I take medicines that make me shaky, so just ignore the fact of that. Which surprisingly does not affect my job, but it does affect me doing this.
But she's not doing the surgery. She just helps.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not your actual surgeon. I just help.
Yeah, just fill in the gaps.
We're getting somewhere. So as y'all can tell, I didn't get my very crafty genes from my mother. I never understood how she could do this stuff. She literally, as we were thinking of this video, she was just grabbing things and saying, why don't we turn this into this? And I'm sitting there just looking at a piece of cardboard. And I'm like, I don't know how you figured this out.
She takes after Brooke and my mom. She's a good cook. She's a very good cook.
But I also cannot bake, so... Also, if this tells you anything, I was looking on my Pinterest for ideas, crafts to do, and I have not posted any crafts to do since 2014. They were all things like those, when you get the crowns and you lay them out on the table with the hairdryer and you'd melt them and put the flowers, stuff like that.
You were still in high school.
I know, I was a senior. But that's what I wanted to do. And it was a bunch of like dream catchers. And I wish I still knew how to make a dream catcher. I never learned. But
That's pretty.
reminds me of spring. I can't wait for spring.
Me either. Well, at least all the snow's gone.
Yeah. Did you tell them how much snow we got?
Yeah, 11 inches.
Yeah, I couldn't go anywhere for days. Except I was on call at work. When I'm on call, I have to be at the hospital within so many minutes for an emergency C-section. And the one night it was super frozen out, I did get called in for an emergency C-section. Luckily I made it. It was fine. But I hate the snow for that reason. It was pretty though.
I hate snow.
I'm a summer person myself.
You're a beach person.
I am.
You should live at the beach.
I really could. I told Steven the other day, he's talking about perfect days, and my 10 out of 10 day would be just left alone at the beach all day.
Yeah.
And then going out for crab legs or something.
But throw them in Mustang Week at the beach, and that makes it perfect.
Yeah, that was a fun time. I want to go back.
Steven is her boyfriend.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever mentioned the line or not, but he's a sweetheart.
We love Steven.
Also, I thought it was interesting my mom chose to do roses. Because growing up, I have cystic fibrosis. And there was a saying, it was called 65 roses. Because little kids could not pronounce cystic fibrosis. So they called it 65 roses.
I didn't even think of that when I chose a rose.
I think of that every time I see a rose.
And it's the color purple, too.
Yeah. Purple. And they have like a whole awareness month in May. And it's all purple and roses. And it's nice. I even have roses tattooed on me for that reason. People say I'm cliche, but it's for a completely different reason than what most girls get it for.
I have one. That's for her CF mutation. She has it as well on her back.
Yeah, but I got it by a guy when I was 18, and he didn't do a very good job. I got it along with this pet wolf I used to have. I had her tattooed on my back with the gene mutation on there.
Which is funny. She had this dog that was mostly wolf, part Malamute. She got to be too much to handle, and he would drag her through the yard.
It was a girl.
She was huge, and she was just what, a year old?
She was a year old, and I think she didn't weigh too much. I think she was just 100 pounds. But when she'd stand up on her hind legs and she'd put her paws on my shoulders, her head would go above mine, and I'm 5'3".
She was as tall as your dad when she stood up on him.
She was,
and he's 6'3".
She was a very pretty dog, and she was very loyal and sweet. I hated I got rid of her, but I tried to do college, and it ended up affecting my health really bad. And I was in the hospital more than I was home. This is all before I got my transplant. And I couldn't take care of her like she needed to be, and I had to give her to a wolf sanctuary in Florida. Every now and then I get updates on her. It's nice, but I do miss her.
Her name was Whiskey.
She had the color of eyes of whiskey.
Kaitlyn's my best friend.
Thanks.
We have been through thick and thin together. I'll make a crafter out of her yet.
I don't know about that. I still can't sew.
Don't Steven's mom craft?
Oh yeah, she's good too.
She's a teacher.
Yeah, she likes to make all kinds of stuff. She's good at sewing as well. They both try to get me to do stuff, and I just can't.
Dick. There you go. That won't fall out.
Also, pink is my favorite color. Which is funny, because when I was growing up, I hated the color pink. You would never see me in pink. Nothing I owned was pink.
No ruffles, no frills, no lace.
I hated it. Hated anything girly.
Are you done?
I think that looks good.
Okay.
I mean, it's got some areas of too much dark pink. That's fine.
It's pretty.
Oh, so you just kind of like...
Now, let me show you how to cut a leaf. It's basically the same. Fold it. And then you just cut this way, and then the same at the top.
Oh, so kind of like a moon looking thing.
Cut it as big or as small as you want.
Struggling again with these nails, I swear. Oh, it does look like a leaf.
Now, take your flower upside down, get that off. I give you the dangerous job. Put one little bead, then place your leaf, but leave it down just a little bit. And then go from there.
What kind of sticks are these?
They're just like skewers. I got those at Goodwill.
You can also get these at Walmart for like $1 for a whole pack of them. Because that's what I thought they looked like with the skewers I have at home when I use kebabs.
I always get skewers at Goodwill because they always come in handy.
Should I put in another leaf or is that fine?
That's good. Now, take this. Ready? Got a string. Let's put a bead of glue right here. And we are going to wrap it. Now, just wrap it that way. Do you want to put leaves farther down?
Probably.
Stop when you get to where you want to put some more leaves.
Probably like right here and like a leaf.
Right. You ready? Where do you want it?
Okay, there.
Or you have to go farther down. On down again. Keep going.
Like this.
Because you'll have to wrap it around.
Oh, okay.
Now let's get, see, like that. And then you ready for another one?
Yeah. I'm wrapping this terribly, guys.
Now, just go all the way down.
Long enough.
You want to cut the stick off?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and cut it. Hold on to it, it'll unravel. Ready? Hand me those cutters over there. I'm gonna cut it off.
What? These?
No.
These.
Yes.
These is what she's looking for. I had her pair of platters. Oh, look how pretty.
Let's fix the leaves. Now.
Mom's looks better than mine.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
So,
Beautiful.
was it easy?
Oh, yeah. That's super easy. I could do this one. And if that says anything, because I don't know how to do any of this. I can't make a pillow. I remember when Mom tried to teach me how to make a pillow once.
You and Emily?
Yeah. That was the worst thing ever.
That was fun.
So, as some of you all heard her mention about her transplant, I'm going to let Kaitlyn tell you about her situation.
So, as you heard, I have cystic fibrosis. I got diagnosed when I was 13 months old. I don't really know exactly how that happened because I was 13 months old. But I had a sweat test done. They diagnosed me with it. So what CF really does is it affects your salt in your body. So when I sweat, you can literally see like on my skin, it looks like I have just rolled around in salt. Like, you wipe it, it's salty. A long time ago, I don't remember how long ago, it was like medieval days, I guess, they called it the kiss of death, because they would kiss their babies and they would taste so salty that they knew that something was going to happen, because back then they had no medicine for it. And cystic fibrosis is pretty much a childhood disease. It's kind of sad, but I think they said the other day that only 5% of people with cystic fibrosis are over the age of 40, which that's improved because there's so many new treatments out and people are going to be able to live a lot longer, and that's amazing. Just unfortunate for the older people and everybody that's had to go through all this, but it also produces so much salt in your body that it's hard to clear out mucus from like your lungs. Everybody on the daily basis, they're able to just clear it out. You don't even know you're doing it. You're just a little cough, anything, boom, gone. If you have cystic fibrosis, it's too thick and too hard to get out, so it stays in your lungs. And then any little bacteria you breathe in will set up in your lungs and mutate and grow, and you end up getting tons of lung infections from it. So it's gross, and you end up in the hospital a lot. You get scar tissue, and you lose lots of lung function. Also affects your digestive system, because where your mucus is so thick, you can't absorb enzymes, you can't absorb fat, you can't absorb any of stuff that you need, so it's really hard to gain weight. You're really malnourished. I was always super underweight growing up. But it got to the point when I was, how old was I? 21? When they mentioned it?
It was in 2018.
Yeah. Yeah,
But your health
21.
had taken a toll in about 2017.
Yeah, it was just going downhill. But I hit 40% lung function. And my doctors here in Tennessee, they were like, hey, we don't think you're quite ready yet, but we want to start getting you close to thinking about a lung transplant. And they're like, we just want you to meet the doctors, just kind of
Get into the system.
Yeah, just get your foot in the door, just in case anything happens too fast. Oh, my knee.
She hit her knee.
So they tried to get me to go to Vanderbilt. But when they sent my case over to Vanderbilt, they denied me immediately. They said that I was too complex of a case because I had a chromobacter, which is a really difficult bug to get rid of in your lungs, and it did not have good outcomes with transplants. I was too underweight. I think I weighed in the 80s, between 85 to 93 pounds at that time. I didn't have a G-tube, nothing like that. I refused to have one at that point. Just a bunch of stuff stacking on top of each other that said she's just too risky. We just don't feel like she would be a good outcome out of this. We're not going to accept her. So then they tried Duke, and Duke is known to have a lot of high-risk cases. They have done some of the most lung transplants in the world, and they told me, yeah, come on, we'll meet you, we'll do an evaluation on you, and we'll just see you and go from there. So I went in December of 2018, and I had a 5-day. It was a 5-day long evaluation. They did tons of tests. They tested my heart. They tested anything in my body to make sure that it would be okay to withstand the surgery and the effects afterwards. I had echoes. I had, what was the thing?
You had a cath?
Yeah, the heart catheter done. I had swallowing test done. I had lung test done, blood test. Like, I was already anemic, but I had, like, nothing left after this. Tons of scans, tons of everything. And on the Friday, the last day, I was meeting with the caseworkers who kind of, like, be like, oh, yeah, we're here for you, and we can help set you up and everything. And they said at the end of the week, usually they have to wait a while before they review your case and then be like, yeah, you're either good to go, or maybe we're going to wait and see you next year or in a few years, whatever the case is. But before I even left Duke, they were like, no, you need a transplant. We're going to get you here as soon as possible.
And here now.
Yeah. So I think that was like the second week in December. So I went back home and I packed up my stuff, and it was January 10th that I think we came back and we moved there. And then I had to go through tons of pulmonary rehabs, all kinds of other tests. I had to get like every immunization possible to prepare my body, because after that I would have no immune system, and they wanted me to have as much as I could beforehand, I guess. So I went through all that, and then
Gained weight. Had to gain weight.
I had to get a G-tube. I gained weight. I think it was 115 pounds by this point. I think it was the third day we was there. We left, and we got there on a Friday. Sunday, I was already in the emergency room. I couldn't breathe, nothing like that, and I was end up on IV antibiotics.
You were already on oxygen at night.
Yes, and I think within 2 weeks, I was permanently on oxygen. I used to only had to sleep on it at night, use it while I was sleeping. Then it got to where I had to use it constantly, especially at rehab, because they wanted to kick my butt. I had a couple of setbacks, and it really got me discouraged, but it was all good. Like, one of my immunizations wouldn't take, and I had to get it a couple of times, and they were just like, yeah, I just can't. I got put in the hospital, I think, 2 or 3 times while I was there, and this was only within like 2 months. And so when I got evaluated, I think I was 43% lung function. When I was listed, I think I was 20% lung function, and I was listed in April. No.
You were listed for 2 weeks.
I think it was like the beginning of March I was listed. And I had 2 dry runs, which is when they call you and say, hey, we might have lungs for you. But they also call somebody else. That's a good close match as well. And whatever the lungs look like they could fit better in and who's worse off, they'll give it to. So the other 2, they either weren't good lungs, the other person got them. Whatever the case was, I had 2 dry runs. And then I think it was 2 weeks on the dot that they called me and I actually got my lungs. They called me at like 11 p.m. I had just gotten into bed. And I was wheeled back into surgery around 3 a.m., I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
They started at 6 a.m.
Yeah, it took a long time because I remember being back there and they were placing central lines, like lines in my wrists. They were prepping me, everything, talking to me. And then... I got out of surgery at like 6. No, it was
noon, 12.
Noon. Yeah, I don't remember this part. I was in a coma. And so, but I do remember when I finally woke up and they extubated me, it was all within that same day.
It was about 7.
It was about like 7 p.m. I was extubated and breathing on my own. By 5 a.m., they had me up walking. And I wanted to die because I was so nauseous. I was hurting so bad. But they insisted. They was like, you got to get up and walk. And then...
And how many staples did you have?
It was 84 staples, and they were across my chest. It was cut like a clamshell. So all the way across, armpit to armpit. And so 5 a.m. they got me up to walk. And I think it was 8 a.m. I was in step-down unit. So I wasn't even in the ICU for 24 hours. And they said that was crazy. I was only in the hospital for 2 weeks. I would have been out sooner, but insurance was having a big fit with the medicine that I had to go home with. So I had to stay an extra few days to get that sorted. And I was only at Duke from January until May.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the 6 weeks of rehab there, got my staples out. I couldn't drive for 8 weeks. I was able to drive again, and then I drove myself back to Tennessee. And here I am today.
And she's on medication that suppresses her immune system because if it doesn't, it will attack her new lungs because they see it as a foreign body and they will automatically attack it. So she has to be on what's called immunosuppressants, anti-rejection medication.
And that's what will make me shake. If I start shaking too much, that means my levels, not levels, are too high and I have to go get them checked. Because if I have too much medicine in my system, it can actually get toxic and hurt me. If I don't have enough in my system, it can hurt me because it'll attack my lungs. It has to be a fine balance of how much to take.
And she's been in a mild rejection one time. Yeah. And come out of that pretty good.
That's also when I had COVID. Mm-hmm. COVID kicked my butt.
Yes.
It was not fun.
And she is coming up on her 5th lung anniversary.
5 years.
March the 22nd.
And they say when you make it to 5 years,
your chances are greater.
So
see, this is why she is my hero. She's the strongest person I know. I wanted to pop in here and say that I wanted to give a huge, huge, huge heartfelt thank you to the selfless donor who so selflessly donated their organs and that Kaitlyn got lungs, that she is here with us today. Without him, without an amazing medical team, and without God's grace and mercy, a wonderful family, and perfect timing, I would not have my daughter today. And I want to dedicate this video to my daughter, Kaitlyn. She is truly my hero. Now, for this one, this is what she's going to do. Okay, Kaitlyn, can you reach those things? We have...
I love plants and greenery.
And if they don't have to water them, better. We have some greenery. This is a vine. And this is a hanging pot that I had taken off. It was a 4-tiered, and I didn't want it that long, so I took this off. So, now, we'll put, and we have some of these. Grass. So go ahead, and now you get to do however you want to.
Tell me how this will look, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't do a lot of this. I know my mother will help me, but hate me, but I usually have to buy stuff because I don't know how to make it. But she can.
Okay, just stick them in there the way you want them. Right, let's glue them. You're going to take this home, right?
Yeah, we'll hang it up in my
Let's put a
bedroom.
little bit of... Now, I'll let you cut these pieces off to what you want, and the scissors should be able to cut it.
So,
See that bind? You can cut it off in sections if you want to.
oh, cool.
Like kind of...
Where's the end of it?
Here's one end. Here it is. There it is.
Okay. Cut it like right here. Like right where those two. Oh, it pulled apart.
It pulled apart, so we don't have to cut it.
I guess you just kind of have to play with it and work with it.
Yeah, you
I
just put it
guess.
wherever you want it.
I really like green and viney type stuff. Poison ivy was always my favorite growing up.
You hang this in your bathroom?
No, I think I'm gonna put it in the bedroom. I'm trying to
Put one right here.
do a foresty vibe in there too.
Now,
Where did it go? Oh,
you get to do the messy part.
oh gosh, I'm a super messy person.
Oh, this is messy. It flies everywhere. But we'll break it up in sections. See how it does?
Oh yeah.
All right, now,
Yeah, super viney. Cute.
let's put some glue. And just do it like so. Just to cover the...
A hose.
Yeah, and I need to get a new glue stick.
See, I like crafts like this.
And see, I mean, so much more because you did it.
I know. I would feel so proud of
Go
myself.
home and say, look what I did, Stephen. Some more stuff to cover the house.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's messy.
He's like Chris.
How's that look?
That got it all covered?
Okay. I think so.
Let's see, right. Yeah, that's covered. Now,
This is a lot cuter than what I could buy at the store too.
and guess what?
Because the ones I feel like I get at the store, like, they're too empty. Like, they just have one little plant in them.
And you can add extra as you go. And guess what? It was free.
I know. Ta-da!
Now, take your string. I'll do one side, then you do the other.
Oh gosh.
You can adjust it as you
Kind of
want. Now take your string and go through the hole. Tie a knot. And then you get to determine how long you want. We'll have to make a loop at the top.
A loop?
Yeah, so you can hang it. So how long do you want it?
Like that long.
All right, so.
Not like this long.
Okay, let's tie a loop right here. We'll tie a loop. There's your, see? Now, you get to tie it. I'll hold it up so you can get it, pull it up a little bit.
Even.
Okay, now, let's cut it. That right here. So you don't have to thread all of it through. There you go. So you can see how much you need it to be. And there you have it, Kaitlyn.
Oh, look how cute.
I'll take a picture of it upstairs and put it. So, that was our crafts for today, my crafty crew. I hope you enjoyed them. I know I enjoyed getting to spend the day with my daughter. She's awesome. I hope you enjoyed hearing her story. Show her some love. I know you won't love her as much as I do, but show her some love and some encouragement. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, comment with things that you would like to see us do. I'll have her back again as soon as she wants to. And don't forget to share this video. It helps us out. So until next time, we'll see you. Bye.
Bye.